Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim and I have the pleasure to announce that the first series of Caseback Watches watch straps is in the making, and I've made something very special in addition. Yes, people frequently ask me if I can make my own watch straps, and I tried it a bit, but then I realized it's really not fun because you don't make one strap, not two, not 10, you have to make 50 or 100. This is not fun. But then I realized that I gained some experience with leather and such products, and so I can find a manufacturer and develop a very nice strap for the audience of Caseback Watches together with that manufacturer. And this took some weeks. It's very complicated. I've learned a lot about watch straps. By the way, Rolex Datejust, vintage Rolex Datejust on one of my prototypes. But after hours at the phone and after numerous leather samples and attempts and product samples, now we are in the final stage here. I have two prototypes. I will show you those products in the Lightbox, of course. And I'm very happy. I knew they can deliver quality, but it's the first time, and then you are nervous, and so I wrapped up the parcel and I looked inside, and then I thought, wow, I've expected quality, but this. And as said, I've made something extra. People ask me sometimes if I can make them a travel purse for watches. And you know, this normal watch roll, I mean, you have seen this. You just roll the watches inside, and then you have a clumsy thing. You don't know which side is open, which is closed. And then you want to put that thing in your briefcase or another small bag, and you realize it's very unhandy. The entire construction is cheap and unhandy. And so I thought, why not produce a very luxurious and robust at the same time wallet for watches you can store away in your briefcase like that. And the inspiration was car interior. I really like old vintage car interior where you have nice leather qualities together with wood and sometimes with a nice garment like leather gloves, you know, those gloves with holes on top. And so I bought oxblood leather here, one of my favorite products, and inside you find calf. I will show you this in detail on the Lightbox in a second as well. And this is a prototype which I presented on Instagram, and then somebody told me, pull it back, hide it. You have forgotten something very important. And he told me, he's a businessman, and he told me you have to protect your intellectual property. You must have this design registered, internationally registered, and then you can show it, then you can produce it. And then I thought, okay, let's stay on the carpet here, right? I mean, I can produce, let's say, 3 or 4 pieces, or let's say 10, or over the next years, then 50, not more. And so we don't have this big operation, this big business with this Caseback Watches wallet here. And even if there was a fake, I think most clients would prefer to buy the thing from the inventor, from the craftsman, and this is I, and so no problem. But then he told me, you're missing the point here, you're missing the point. Imagine the case that somebody else comes and sees, oh, nice wallet, this is a nice design. I make a registration of that design, and then I write a letter to Caseback Tim that he's not longer allowed to produce his own Caseback Watches watch wallet. And I thought, okay, but I was the first person with this design. Doesn't count at all. You have to make a registration internationally, very expensive, but I was convinced that it's worth it. And so if you have a shop, if you have a small business, if you have an idea for a product which can bring in money, then it's very important to have a registration of the design. Okay, here we are with a product which contains our strap. Note that the logo is way too big. I told them this will not work like that. This logo is made for smaller designs, and you will find in the future a small logo like this on the strap. I will show you where, but this is just too much. Okay, and now let's pull out our watch strap. Comes with a golden clasp, but this is only the prototype. We'll have a steel clasp when it's finally there. And there we are. We have a 20mm strap, vegetable tanned cowhide made by a little tannery in Italy, hand stitched and hand manufactured in Germany. There we are. The color I would describe as a dark chocolate or coffee brown. And I have chosen this color on purpose because it goes with everything, basically. You can put it on a golden watch, on a steel watch. You can put it on a more robust watch, on a black dial, on a blue dial. We've tested this with numerous watches here, and it just looks great. Measurements are usual People on Instagram asked me if I can make straps for smaller wrists and for bigger wrists. Guys, we have to start conservative, I think. And so these come in the regular size. The long strap end is 12 centimeters. And the other one, including the clasp, is 9 centimeters, as you can see here. They come with spring bars, of course. And I wanted this tapering here. You may notice that this part here is a little bit thicker because it gives the leather this round edge here, and then you can see how it shines. Really, really nice thing. And vegetable tanned leather often has a pull-up effect, a so-called pull-up effect. If you bend it, then it changes its color a little bit. And you can scratch it, definitely. I've scratched it here. You can polish the scratches away, but it will evolve some sort of patina over time. And I'm a stitching fanatic. I want quality, and this is just great. This is just 100% well made, this stitching here. Very, very, very nice. And originally they wanted to have a bright lining leather here on the other side. This is calf leather here, cowhide, and this is a calf hide. But I said the contrast is too strong. Let's make a black hide here, and this I think works way better. And now let me show you this thing on the wrist. I received 2 prototypes, and so I could put one on my vintage Datejust, Rolex Datejust. There you are, and you see goes absolutely well with this champagne dial color. And the shine here overall. I mean, this strap here is now on the wrist for about 1 week. There you can see that it was tested with various case diameters. And it just looks nice. Just a nice thing. I'm damn proud and I'm damn happy that this worked out so well. And it's interesting. At the first time you think, oh, to produce a strap, that's not very complicated. But at the end you speak about every stitch. This stitching here was too short, ended there. I said, no, let's do it the entire way here. And another strap from them came with another type of stay pieces. They looked very round and a bit flimsy, and I said, no, let's take this here. This is a bit more rough. Yes, because you have raw edges, only tanned, stitched together by hand, but they look great. They look great. They look substantial, and I think this type will last longer than the usual type the industry uses. And so I was very happy that I had the freedom to choose all those details, other stitching, other piece here. I experimented with various clasps, and now it's this one here. In the future, it might be possible to deliver them with both clasps, by the way. But I think at the beginning, as said, we have to start conservative because this is really expensive, this product here. The watch is also very expensive. But even the wholesale price for one of those straps here is very high compared to the, let's say, simpler pieces you find on AliExpress. And also very important when you have something like that, edge finishing. This is expensive to do this immaculate, and it's at the same time very important because it prevents that moisture enters your leather product. And so if you see a cheap leather product, then probably you will see unfinished edges. And what I find also very important is that the company, the manufacturer, doesn't use anything with a dangerous solvent in it. For example, glue with some really nasty products in it, which are dangerous for the leather worker, by the way, and for the client. And the glue for this product contains water as solvent, and this means this strap will not smell like anything chemical. You can smell leather, you can smell a little bit of beeswax on top, but that's it. Okay, and now let's speak about the logo. Many people wanted it on the outside, but many other people wanted it on the inside. And so I go conservative with this first edition. Logo will be here, but they have to make the stamp now. And then they press it in with some heat. And then you have here the Cobra. And now let's go to the next product. What you see here is the prototype of a travel wallet for watches. Let me rearrange the camera a bit. There you have it for 3 watches, hand sewn with a saddle stitch. And this here is a chrome tanned cowhide in oxblood, one of my favorite leather types, I must say, because the surface is just amazing. And the idea here was to create something which follows the design of car interiors, which combined 2 types of leather. Here's the interior. Here is the interior. Here you have soft calf leather with a pattern. See those holes here, they form a nice pattern. And I showed this product a very experienced leather worker at the wholesale store, and he said, wow, this looks very professional. And I told him, be critic, please, be critic. Tell me if I've done something even slightly wrong. And he said you could polish the edges a little bit more. Maybe you want to buy yourself a polishing machine, but I'm not sure if I would want to do this. A little bit more polishing. And cut those edges a bit rounder here, so that's easier to pull out the watch. And the idea now is that you can store your watches like that, and they will stay in this thing here. This was 38 millimeters, here you have 36. And I've tested it also with 40, and this is the maximum. I mean, you can stuff that 42 millimeters in it. I have here this Vostok, my modded Vostok. But I don't like the look so much. It gets a bit bulky here. I mean, you could do it, but I don't know, not for me. So maximum 40 millimeters. And the watches now are really well protected, especially if the wallet is closed. And all those materials here are really high end. As said, you have a very nice outer cowhide. You have this calf skin here, and it's really, really soft and rich. You have an excellent thread, hand sewn, clasp made in Italy. And so I'm very proud and very, very glad that this came out so well here. And the measurements here are rather simple. You have 19.5 centimeters and the height is around 20 centimeters. And so it fit in every briefcase, in every bag. And so it's not a problem to store your watches in your luggage with security and safety. Price and availability. Now comes the bad part. The strap company needs 6 to 8 weeks to produce the edition. I tried to enhance this time span a little bit, but they told me we have our order book and there are other people waiting for their product. So 6 to 8 weeks, that means we can enjoy the summer, and when autumn arrives and it's getting colder, then we can enjoy nice leather straps. And the price is not final by now, but we will stay significantly under the 100 euro mark and under the 100 US dollar mark. And I think I will take my calculation and go to the Chamber of Commerce here in town and seeking for advice. What's the normal markup in my case? And this then will be the price. And I think we will arrive around 80, 85, 88 in that region. Price for this baby here is different because you need really big amounts of high quality leather for this, and there are some hours to work in it. I can make, let's say, 3 or 4 at a time, and so the price for this product will be more expensive, definitely in the region 260, I think. And you can see this, I'm happy to announce, in my new online shop in 6 weeks, I think will be ready. I've learned selling my wallets without an online shop that it's challenging, at least for characters like this guy here, to handle 10 or 15 parcels at the same time, 10 or 15 addresses. This is very complicated, at least for me, and so I'd like to have a structure for that, where everything is a bit in order and not so much improvisation, because you make this tiniest mistake and then a parcel goes to Austria and not to Australia. I had this case. It wasn't my fault, but it went to Austria, get lost. And the insurance company, of course, told me. And so this is the roadmap for the next 6 weeks, installing the online shop, making all those things I've spoken about here available for you. And I'm very satisfied about that because it will guarantee my independency. Because I told you this before, a YouTube channel produces costs. And at the other hand, you have those companies, mostly from Asia, and they contact you on a daily basis and they just want to see your price list. They want to see the material before it goes online. They want to review it. You have to make corrections. I've heard that. And you will never, ever see something like that on Caseback watches. Not during my watch here, because I just hate it. I just hate it to collaborate with price lists and stuff. And so let's skip that. Let's play the leather card. Let's make beautiful and useful products available here on the channel. And this will then, this is the solution for me. And I'm very happy about this, as you can see. Okay, that's enough for one video. If you want to have your updates, then please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you get the notifications. And for little sneak previews, you can join me on Instagram. It's caseback_Tim. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and until next time.